Hello friends, welcome back to another writing vlog. So it is, I said that automatically, like it's a writing vlog. It's sort of a writing vlog. This is the first video post me finishing Project Souls, which is my dark academic adult fantasy that I have been writing since June 2024. Finished it in May 2025, so in slightly less than a year. And now it is time to start incorporating these little post-it notes that you see. These are some changes that I want to make that I don't think are going to take too long to implement before I send the whole thing off, like the manuscript, off to be spiral bound for my first official edit, like my first official read through. I'm all set up, I've got my candles going, and we're gonna dive into these edits. I'm gonna insert some footage now of the first couple of edits that I did, because there were actually more cards up here on this wall. So without further ado, let's get into it. So we ended up at a grand total of 38 chapters in the manuscript. I don't think these edits are going to be anything so major that the word count or the number of chapters changes. It's not that kind of edit, but I'm really hoping that when I get into the actual first read through and the big edit, which that will be like probably the next writing video, I'm hoping that I don't end up adding a whole bunch of words, because right now I'm kind of dancing between, I mean, it's fluctuating a little bit as I've done these changes, but I'm kind of dancing somewhere between 118 and 119. So 118,000 and 119,000 words. Fantasy is typically capped roughly, the word count is capped at 120. I'm hoping that these changes don't actually add to the word count, because during my read through, I'm gonna try to cut as much as possible. I hope to be a debut author. I plan to traditionally publish the book if I can get, literary representation and, a book deal and all the things. A debut author, I have read it's better to come in at a slightly lower word count. I don't know that it would really make the difference between a book deal or not, but anyway, I would like to try to cut some words. All right, friends, it's time for an update. I don't know how long I've been sitting here. I think it's actually been like 2 hours. I have two little sticky tab notes things. I have two post-it notes that I have checked off, and I just checked the word count, and I have cut over 1,000 words, not just from this little session. I ended up at like 119,680 or something like that. And now I'm at 118,337. So that's over 1,000 words. So this is good so far. What's crazy is that, I started this, like I said, in June 2024. I was improving throughout the year because there's even stuff at the beginning. And I know it's only the first draft, but I'm realizing like there's already things that I would not write now. I try to keep his tail from catching on fire because your little tail has put the candle out before. Do you remember? Did you wake up? Oh gosh, my hair. Yikes. Okay, friends. I have got to get up and move and do something else. So we're taking a break. I only have like 3 more little post-it notes. I was kind of hoping to get through it, like plow through it really quickly, all in one sitting, but I actually ended up having to really weave in some of them, which just meant that I was sitting here a little bit longer than I thought I would be, but that's usually how it goes. What are you doing? Okay friends, I am just popping in on here really quickly to take you through a very brief little cover design that I did on Canva. I ended up printing with Lulu. They actually have a template that you can download, which makes it really easy. I knew I wanted to do sort of a ninth house kind of vibey cover with kind of a black on black situation. I knew I wanted some snake imagery because there's actually the sort of like logo of the house, I guess you could say, of the academy is a 3-headed snake, and then it comes into play later. There's some sort of snake imagery that really heavily connects with the antagonist. I ended up going through a couple of different versions. So the one that you see time-lapsing on the screen right now is actually not the final version. I ended up going with this. Still an all-black cover, and still lighter text to give the, you know, the high contrast, so hopefully it will print correctly. But I ended up finding this other snake graphic that actually had a lot more detail, and I liked it a lot better. It's kind of coiled around on itself. So I just put Project Souls at the top, and then Draft 1 at the bottom, and then on the back cover, which is what you see on the left side, that is a quote from the book. But I really like the way it turned out. I wanted something super minimal. Now it's just a matter of waiting for it to be printed and then shipped to me, and then we can officially start Draft 2 edits. Very exciting. I will update you when it arrives.